Hello, everybody. It's Saturday, the 21st of September. I was checking out I call him Mr. 333. I got a link below, but he has, now this comet here is McNutt. It was back in 2007. I covered that comet also. It wasn't on YouTube, but this was in the southern hemisphere. It gives you an idea what it looked like, and that's probably what we're going to be experiencing.
This one could be a repeat of what we saw back in 2007, and this is scheduled to occur on the 9th and 10th of October.
Okay, he has more. I don't want to get hit. I'll put a link down there below because he'll explain details on space weather article and some other stuff. I want to focus on, this is today's date, where it's at. I look at this like connecting with the prophecies, possible prophecies here, revelation, and I think out of the box. And when I do these comets, I look at it from a different angle nobody basically touches. I talk about things that I could give you the conventional, but it'd be boring. I look at it from the way I always been looking at it. Now, as you can see here, this is today's date. We got the moon and Jupiter in Taurus. Now, let's zoom in. It doesn't give me problems like last time. We got the comet here by this constellation, Sexton, Hydra. This used to be Hydra. These are add-ons that were added on in the 1600s, 1700s, 1800s, in that ballpark. But in the ancient time, this would have been considered the snake, the Hydra. So we have Sun in Virgo, and we have Mercury, the messenger, leaving it's in Virgo, and we also have Venus in Virgo. The tail is now estimated. Okay, first of all, the coma diameter is at 546,000 kilometers. The tail is estimated at 24.3 million kilometers, which is approximately 6 to 7 degrees, which is approximately 18 million miles, the tail. And as it heads closer on the 27th, the closest to the sun on perihelion. Okay, this is the 27th when it's the closest. Right here, it's cooperating with me tonight. That's a good thing. Okay, we got the moon in Cancer, and here it is. It's starting to depart Hydra. Let's put Hydra. And we got the sun on the shoulder, and this is the closest to the sun, still below the ecliptic, and Mercury on the shoulder, and Mercury close to the foot. Now, let's take it forward a little bit more. Okay, this is the 12th when they say it's going to be the closest. As you can see, we got Mars in the gateway. We still got Jupiter at the horn of the bull. And over here, let's see if I could get a position. Okay, we got the comet right here in Virgo. The sun in right there in the hand of Virgo. Mercury's right beside the sun. And we got Venus over here by the scale of justice, Libra. Now, on the 13th, remember, this is UTC time. So on the 12th, this is from Jerusalem. So I imagine the 13th in Japan already on this date. Okay, this is the 13th. Okay, on the 13th, the comet will be by the foot, on the other foot. Because normally when we have the planets on the moon on this foot, this time it'll be on the opposite, on the 13th. Libra over here, and the sun right there. So that's on the 13th. Okay, why is 13th? Why do I see the 13th as important? On the 13th of October, that's the anniversary of the miracle of the sun in Fatima, where 70,000 people saw the miracle in the sun. There's a bunch of videos on that regarding that event. This is a sign. Okay, on this video here, that the signs are being revealed. Corona Borealis, the northern crown going nova, explodes. They haven't exploded yet. They're expecting the explosion to happen right by the eye, right here. They said it was going to go nova this summer, but it hasn't. But that's another piece. But here if you look at the old constellation before they added, we have Hydra here, and we have Leo, and we have Virgo, right? If you look at the beginning other videos that I did, what I did is the comet basically came out of here. It was here for a long time, and then it moved from here to here, and then now it's in October, beginning of October, it moves from here to here. And we already talked about the cross with Comet 12P right here. So basically, the activities it's occurred here, and we're still waiting on that nova, and we had 12P here. So we have, if you're looking at the star charts as clues of, in it all comes together in the image of the Lady of Guadalupe. Now, there's a lot of images coming in now on Comet Watch. This is Jared, and there's others. Jared put this out, make it bigger, and there we have it. Still has that solid form with this here, you could barely see it, is the ion tail. So the sun's over here is discharging the ion the opposite direction from the sun. It's not an anti-tail, because if it was an anti-tail, it'd be pointed to the sun. So this is the dust tail, and it's still maintaining the same characteristic as before. Now, this came from NASA a couple days ago. One of the astronauts filmed this. Let's take a look at it. This is from the space station. Now, this is either satellite or the Chinese space station. Then we got some other movement of down here. But this here's the atmosphere. This is the thermosphere, I think it is. The last layer. The one that's been hot. Check out the way the stars moves. Looks weird, doesn't it? Look at that. Okay, you can see it right here. You can see the ion plasma tail, highly charged particles, and I imagine the sun's right over here. So it's pretty cool. We finally got something from NASA. Imagine if we had the Webb telescopes and the other observatory, how closer we could zoom in on this. So they're saying the tail, what was it, 24 million kilometers, 25 million kilometers, something like that. So we're looking at 13 million miles, give or take. And that still hasn't got to perihelion. So who knows how big, how long that tail will be. Now I started putting together some information. Remember Dr. Seconda's report that I have in, which video was it? Which one was it? It's one of these. I think it was a preliminary report one. Let me see real quick. It covered a lot of information. Yeah, right here. Yeah, this is the video right here. Preliminary, number 3, preliminary. And it mentions a lot of things on this report. So I'm going to number these, categorize these. I'm already setting up the shop, where to go to. There's a whole bunch of places where I normally go to. But he makes reference of this. Here's the size of the planets. Here's Earth. Here's where the comet's going to be going in between Mercury and Venus. We're looking total distance maybe from here to Earth to here about 40 million miles. Let me see where I put that data. I think they're estimating right now 15 degrees, which would be, if you put your fingers up, it'll like that. That's okay. Let's put it this way. Let's say it's 25 degrees. You put your fingers like that. It's look like the Big Dipper, which is pretty big. If you look at it's always, the Big Dipper is always in the night sky. And this gives some information on the magnitude. Okay, let's say 7 degrees. We're looking at, rounding it off, about 14 million miles. Now, if it gets in this ballpark right here, 18 degrees, we're looking at 41 million miles. Now we have to go back over here and estimate from this, depending if it's closer to Venus or it's closer to Mercury. It's in the middle. Let's say it's in the middle. Let's say 42 million miles. That's pretty close to Earth. Now, that's how we get our meteor showers. And Comet Inky, which was the one that broke apart, 10,500 BC in that neck of the woods, which basically ended the ice age. The chunks that broke apart. I mean, the comet still exists, okay? It just fragmented pieces of it. And look at the damage it did. I'll come back to all this. This gives you an idea. The ion, the plasma tail, the gas, the dust tail. I'll make another video on this. Just let you know that it takes time to put together videos. It's not easy, especially when you're not getting compensated for it. Especially now, my situation. I mean, I had to go to the VA, the center here, ask for help. For the first time in my life, I had to ask for help for numerous things, and they gave me a place where I could get food assistance. That's how bad the situation is in the home front. But I still got faith, and I'm still marching. I got ripped off big time by this divorce lawyer stuff, man. One day I'm gonna expose that, and then with the doctor. So I'm being tested by the Jezebel spirit like you have no idea. In the dark forces. My camera, I was going to put the camera on, and it's not working. I went to Comcast. The guy that helped me out with also too cutting the bill, and God bless him. So I got this set up. I'll be here, and I'll be still pumping them out. I don't make videos with graphics, with fancy Hollywood type movie animation production. I'm always been homemade. I'm simple as you can get. Think of you just getting on the camera and trying to put something together. It's not easy, folks. I've been doing this for a long time, and this is where my passion is. Even though I'm being bombarded with artillery on the right side, the left side, the front, the back, I'm still standing tall. I'm still going to complete the mission. And the mission, by the way, I got this. This is what I got to download. See if it makes sense to anybody. Why does Jesus speak in parable? To make you think of the Word. The Word is God. To think on the Word, your eyes will open. To those who are selected will see. This is the download I got. I wrote it up. It's all Scrabble. But that's the message I got. And the more I look at it, it makes sense because he spoke in parables, just like John in the book of Revelation spoke in spoke basically in parables. He wasn't going to write down the United States is the mystery of Babylon and the statue. I'm looking at the Statue of Liberty, and it got 10 horns on top of it. Imagine standing all the way in the bottom looking up. Look, it's going to look like a creature, something like a Hollywood movie, like Godzilla. And then you get flown around, surrounded by waters, the Atlantic Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, the Gulf of Mexico, the Great Lakes, and the mountains. Look, if you go by the Rocky Mountains, you're going to say mountains. I don't know. I just got that thought. And the woman dressed in purple, the drunken woman, the mother of harlots. Geez. If it's to me, I was convinced decades ago. I was, matter of fact, I was one of the first who was mentioning it, and a lot of these sites that still exist. A lot of them are long gone. I know Godlike Production, Cyberspace Orbit, and Men's News Daily, and some other men's sites that I used to frequent a lot when I was younger and energetic and healthier, and not in this situation. I used to work hard, truck driver, delivering at nighttime, delivering food to stores, restaurants, stuff like that. Sometimes by yourself, unloading a whole semi-truck, like 45-footer, 48-footer, by yourself. You're talking thousands of pieces. And it wasn't an easy job. I was stronger, I was healthier, and now it's the opposite. But that's what happens when you age, and also too when you're not taken care of, and also too when the Jezebels run wild to destroy. If I would have had my heart straight back then and focus on Jesus like I am now, like never before, and every day is increasing, I wouldn't have never found myself in this problem. So let me close out with this. I gotta end in a comedy, okay? Oh, by the way, that neck of what's her name? People are making, it doesn't look right. Scary looking, to be honest with you. Oh, okay, here. I want to end with this. So I want to interview Kamala. Kamala, what do you think of my video today? Did you like my video today? Okay. I'll make it better next time if you give me some financial help instead of. How about giving me some food stamps? I mean, I'm not asking for much. How about $1,000 food stamps? That'll last me to the end of the year. Okay, well, I'm a veteran. I got a lot of medals. I mean, I saved a lot of life. Can I get some, at least a $500 check or something like that? How about helping me with some software so I could make some better videos? Okay, well, ay, Dios mío. Can you imagine? Okay, until next time. I'll see y'all. Stay tuned to the next video.